What is a fulfilled life? Take a moment to close your eyes and ask yourself this question. Is it about achieving success, gathering wealth, or leaving a legacy? Or is it something deeper, something that touches the core of who we are? A fulfilled life is not about perfection or achieving everything one desires, but rather a profound sense of meaning, peace, and satisfaction with oneself. It is about living authentically, understanding who you are, what you want, and what you love, and making a sincere effort to live freely and honestly without being constrained by the expectations of others. A fulfilled life is an emotional journey where you learn to love and be loved, building genuine and lasting relationships with family, friends, and even strangers. It is the warmth you feel when you realize you are not alone, when you sense the love and connection from those you care about. A fulfilled life does not necessarily hinge on grand achievements or wealth, but lies in whether you live with purpose and passion. When you find what makes your heart race, what makes you want to wake up every morning to start a new day, that is when you are living a life full of meaning. Everyone has their dreams and unique paths, but what matters is continuously moving forward, overcoming difficulties, learning from failures, and growing through every experience. Moreover, knowing how to enjoy the small joys in life is an indispensable part of fulfillment. It could be the moment you silently admire a beautiful sunset, feel the sound of rain, or simply receive a warm hug from a loved one. Furthermore, a fulfilled life is defined by the value you bring to others. When you can help, share, and make someone else's life better, you not only create meaning for their life, but also enrich your own. Living for yourself while also contributing to society is a beautiful balance that brings happiness and greater meaning. However, an essential factor is knowing how to accept and let go. In life, not everything goes as you wish, and not everyone will treat you as you expect. Learning to accept the things you cannot change and letting go of burdens and past wounds will help you find inner peace and live more fully in the present. A fulfilled life is not about how fast you go or how much you achieve, but about how you perceive each moment, cherish what you have, and learn to be content with yourself. It is when you are grateful for the small things, find joy even in challenges and hardships, and continuously discover yourself through new journeys. A fulfilled life is not a destination, but a journey where every step, every moment, holds its own meaning. Having goals and passions is a compass that gives direction to our lives, infusing each day with purpose and meaning. Without them, life can feel aimless, like wandering in an endless maze. Goals drive us forward, while passions fuel the energy needed to pursue them. Together, they create a life that feels vibrant, intentional, and worth living. Goals, the destination. Goals provide clarity about what we want to achieve and who we want to become. They help us prioritize our time, energy, and resources, ensuring that our efforts are aligned with what truly matters. Whether it's a professional ambition, a personal milestone, or a dream we've long cherished, having goals keeps us focused amidst life's distractions. Setting meaningful goals begins with understanding ourselves. It's not about chasing societal benchmarks or comparing our path to others. Instead, it's about identifying what resonates with our values, aspirations, and potential. Clear, specific, and realistic goals act as stepping stones that guide us steadily toward our vision, while long-term goals inspire us to think big and reach higher. Achieving goals, however, is rarely a straight line. The path is often filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But these challenges are opportunities in disguise. They teach us resilience, adaptability, and perseverance. They remind us that progress, no matter how small, is still progress. Every step forward, every lesson learned brings us closer to the destination. Passion's the fuel. Passion is the emotional force that makes the journey exciting and fulfilling. It's the spark that lights up our days, the motivation that keeps us going even when the road gets tough. Passion turns hard work into joy, transforming challenges into adventures and setbacks into stepping stones. Discovering your passion is a deeply personal journey. It may come from childhood dreams, newfound interests, or the intersection of your talents and curiosities. Sometimes it's clear and undeniable. Other times, it requires exploration and patience. The important thing is to remain open and willing to try, knowing that passion often reveals itself in unexpected ways. Living with passion doesn't mean every moment will be exhilarating or effortless. Even when pursuing something we love, there will be hard days and moments of doubt. What makes passion powerful is its ability to reignite our drive when we feel like giving up. It reminds us why we started, rekindling the excitement that fuels us to keep going. The harmony of goals and passions are most powerful when they work together. Goals provide structure and milestones, while passions breathe life into the journey. Without goals, passion can feel scattered and unfocused. Without passion, goals can become burdensome tasks rather than meaningful pursuits. When these two elements align, they create a sense of purpose that is both energizing and enduring. For example, a person passionate about music might set a goal to compose a song, perform at a concert, or master an instrument. Each goal achieved deepens their passion, while their passion motivates them to strive for new goals. This synergy creates a cycle of growth, satisfaction, and inspiration. Living with purpose. Having goals and passions doesn't mean your life will always go as planned. There will be moments when things feel uncertain, when you question your direction or lose your enthusiasm. These are natural parts of the journey. What matters is your commitment to keep going, to reassess and realign as needed, and to celebrate every milestone along the way. Ultimately, goals and passions give us something to wake up for each day. They remind us that our time and efforts matter, that we are building something meaningful with our lives. Whether your goal is to make a difference in the world, master a skill, or simply become the best version of yourself, and whether your passion lies in art, science, relationships, or discovery, they make life richer and more fulfilling. So, what are your goals? What lights up your soul? These questions are worth pondering, for they hold the key to living a life that feels truly alive. Pursue them wholeheartedly and let them guide you to a life of purpose, joy, and endless possibility. Continuous learning and development are the cornerstones of a meaningful and fulfilling life. Life itself is a dynamic journey, constantly offering us opportunities to grow, adapt, and become better versions of ourselves. The willingness to learn and evolve keeps our minds sharp, our perspectives open, and our spirits enriched. The essence of lifelong learning. Learning isn't confined to classrooms or formal education. It's an ongoing process that extends throughout life. Every experience, challenge, and interaction has the potential to teach us something valuable. Whether it's acquiring new skills, exploring unfamiliar ideas, or gaining insights from our successes and failures, learning is woven into the fabric of our existence. To embrace lifelong learning is to recognize that there is always more to know, more to understand, and more to achieve. It's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, a desire to question, discover, and grow. This openness not only expands our knowledge, but also deepens our self-awareness and enriches our interactions with the world around us. The importance of growth. Personal development goes hand in hand with learning. Growth is about applying what we learn to improve ourselves and our circumstances. It's about stepping out of our comfort zones, taking on new challenges, and embracing the discomfort that often accompanies change. True growth is rarely easy, but it is always rewarding. Continuous development isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every small step forward contributes to our journey, whether it's mastering a new skill, overcoming a fear, or developing healthier habits. Each milestone reached reminds us of our potential and motivates us to keep striving for more, learning from failure. One of the most profound sources of learning comes from failure. Mistakes and setbacks, while painful, are invaluable teachers. They reveal our weaknesses, challenge our assumptions, and push us to find better ways of doing things. Instead of fearing failure, we should view it as a natural part of the learning process, a stepping stone toward success. When we learn to embrace failure, we become more resilient and adaptable. We understand that setbacks are temporary and that each one carries a lesson waiting to be uncovered. This perspective shifts our focus from avoiding mistakes to maximizing growth, enabling us to face challenges with confidence and determination. The power of curiosity and adaptability. In a world that is constantly changing, adaptability is a crucial skill. Lifelong learning equips us with the ability to navigate uncertainty and stay relevant in a rapidly evolving environment. Whether it's keeping up with technological advancements, understanding cultural shifts, or responding to personal and professional changes, the ability to learn and adapt ensures we remain capable and confident. Curiosity is the driving force behind adaptability. When we approach life with a sense of wonder and a thirst for knowledge, we open ourselves to endless possibilities. Curiosity keeps us engaged, creative, and excited about the future. It transforms challenges into opportunities and ensures that we never stop evolving. The joy of learning. Learning and development aren't just about achieving goals. They're also about finding joy in the process. The satisfaction of mastering something new, the thrill of discovery, and the pride of personal growth are all deeply fulfilling experiences. When we approach learning with a sense of enthusiasm and playfulness, it becomes a source of joy rather than a chore. This joy is amplified when we share our learning with others. Teaching, mentoring, or simply sharing insights fosters connection and amplifies the impact of our growth. It reminds us that learning is not just a solitary pursuit, but a collective journey that enriches us all. A lifelong commitment to learn and grow continuously is to honor the potential within us. It's a commitment to make the most of our time and talents, to contribute meaningfully to the world, and to live a life that is rich in experiences and insights. It's a declaration that we are never finished, that there is always more to discover, achieve, and become. So, embrace learning as a lifelong adventure. Seek out new experiences, challenge your assumptions, and celebrate every step of progress. The journey of growth is endless, and it is in this endless pursuit that we find purpose, fulfillment, and the true essence of living. Accepting an imperfect self is a profound step toward inner peace and a truly fulfilling life. Perfection is an illusion, a standard we set for ourselves or absorb from society, often at the expense of our happiness and authenticity. To embrace our imperfections is not to settle for less, but to acknowledge that being human means being beautifully flawed and inherently whole at the same time. When we constantly strive for perfection, we create a barrier between who we are and who we think we should be. This disconnect breeds self-criticism, insecurity, and a sense of inadequacy. By chasing an unattainable ideal, we forget to appreciate the unique qualities and strengths that already define us. True self-acceptance begins when we stop viewing our flaws as something to hide or fix, and instead see them as integral parts of our story. Imperfections are what make us relatable, resilient, and real. Acknowledging our imperfections doesn't mean giving up on self-improvement or growth. It means recognizing that growth comes not from denying our shortcomings, but from understanding and embracing them. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and honest about our flaws, we open the door to deeper self-awareness and genuine personal development. This mindset shifts the focus from fixing ourselves to becoming the best version of who we already are. Self-acceptance is also a powerful antidote to the pressures of comparison. In a world saturated with curated images and success stories, it's easy to feel like we're falling short. But every person's journey is unique, and the standards we compare ourselves to often ignore the complexities and struggles hidden beneath the surface. By embracing our imperfections, we free ourselves from the weight of unrealistic expectations and start to celebrate our individuality. Furthermore, accepting an imperfect self fosters compassion, not only for ourselves, but also for others. When we stop judging ourselves harshly, we naturally become more understanding of the flaws and mistakes of those around us. This compassion deepens our connections and reminds us that imperfection is a universal human experience. It's through these shared imperfections that we find common ground, empathy, and meaningful relationships. The journey to self-acceptance requires patience and kindness. It's about silencing the inner critic that tells us we're not good enough and replacing it with a voice of encouragement and love. It's about forgiving ourselves for past mistakes and realizing that those moments of imperfection have shaped us into who we are today. It's about standing in front of the mirror and saying, "I am enough, just as I am." Life becomes lighter and more joyful when we accept our imperfect selves. We stop wasting energy on self-doubt and begin to channel it into pursuits that bring us happiness and fulfillment. We become more courageous, more open to taking risks, and less afraid of failure because we understand that imperfection is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It's a reminder that we're alive, growing, and learning. Ultimately, accepting our imperfect selves is an act of freedom. It's the freedom to be unapologetically real, to live without the constant need for approval, and to find beauty in our authenticity. It's the freedom to make mistakes, to laugh at our quirks, and to celebrate our uniqueness. When we embrace who we are, flaws and all, we step into the fullness of our humanity and the richness of life. So let go of the need to be perfect. Embrace the messy, the uncertain, and the imperfect parts of yourself. They are not your weaknesses. They are your strength, your depth, and your story. In the words of Leonard Cohen, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. Your imperfections are not barriers. They are the places where your light shines the brightest. Living authentically, being true to yourself, is one of the most essential keys to a fulfilled life. It is the foundation upon which self-worth, inner peace, and lasting happiness are built. In a world where societal expectations, comparisons, and judgments can easily overshadow personal desires and individuality, choosing to live authentically is both a challenge and a powerful act of courage. Being yourself begins with self-awareness. It requires an honest exploration of your values, dreams, strengths, and weaknesses. Without this clarity, it's easy to lose yourself in the chaos of external demands. When you truly know who you are, you gain the strength to stand firm in your beliefs and decisions, even when they differ from the norms or expectations around you. Living authentically means embracing your uniqueness, imperfections, and quirks. Not as flaws to be hidden, but as integral parts of your identity that make you who you are. Choosing to be yourself liberates you from the exhausting cycle of seeking approval from others. Often, people mold their actions and choices based on what they think will make others like or accept them. But this constant need for validation is a heavy burden, one that limits freedom and happiness. When you live authentically, you stop worrying about pleasing everyone and instead focus on living a life that aligns with your true self. Paradoxically, this genuine way of being often attracts deeper and more meaningful connections because authenticity resonates deeply with others. Living as your true self also nurtures self-confidence and resilience. When your choices and actions stem from your authentic self, you develop trust in your ability to navigate life's uncertainties. You become less shaken by criticism because you know your worth is not determined by others' opinions. Furthermore, being true to yourself allows you to face challenges and failures with courage, as these moments become opportunities to grow rather than threats to your identity. However, living authentically does not mean refusing to change or grow. On the contrary, it requires constant self-reflection and the willingness to adapt when necessary, always guided by your core values. It's about evolving in ways that remain true to who you are, rather than conforming to external pressures or losing yourself in the pursuit of superficial success. The beauty of living authentically is that it leads to a life of alignment, where your actions, thoughts, and feelings harmonize. This alignment creates a deep sense of peace and satisfaction because you are no longer at war with yourself. You can look in the mirror and truly appreciate the person staring back at you, knowing that you are living your truth, no matter how imperfect or unconventional it might be. Ultimately, being yourself is not just about self-expression. It's about honoring the unique role you are meant to play in this world. When you live authentically, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage to embrace your individuality becomes a beacon of light, reminding others that they, too, can step into their truth. The world doesn't need more copies of the same template. It needs individuals who dare to be themselves, bringing their unique perspectives, talents, and passions to the collective tapestry of life. So, how important is it to live authentically? It's everything. It's the difference between merely existing and truly living. It's the path to a life that feels whole, purposeful, and deeply satisfying. When you choose to be yourself, you give yourself and the world the greatest gift, the unapologetic, irreplaceable, and genuine presence of you.